Feature Friday.
The freshest. Okay, so this has been really requested, and you guys were really adamant that we check it out. So this is a work from the brother composers Ajay and Atul.
Siblings.
And they're
Let's go.
but they're known for composing incredible, iconic songs for the film industry in India.
I think if I remember correctly, you said they're from the south.
I think so. I think that's they compose a lot of music for the southern Indian film industry.
Very nice.
But yeah, it says here, according to Wikipedia, on online, that they won the Best Music Direction Award at the 56th National Film Awards for the Government of India for contributing music to the Marathi film Jogwa in 2008. So they're well renowned for composing music.
I see, very nice.
Overall.
Oh, nice.
That was really accidental, my bad, I can't read. But yeah, looking forward to iconic music, I suppose.
Yeah, that's good. Come on, let's get. What is it called? Sairat Zaala G. Z Studios. Oh, whoa.
Wow, what a shot! Very cinematic indeed. It's a musical. I was gonna say it's very cinematic.
It's like Vivaldi kind of thing.
It is.
What, she punch him?
No, she just.
That's such
Who's
a good.
the singer? Who's the singer?
I don't know, but that's such a good example of
Sairat.
of world building through detailed
Music.
auditory stimulation. That's fucking that. Those type of little details.
The flutes.
Yeah.
In the pizzicato setting.
I heard a composer explain it in a manner of. He said that when you compose music for musicals, he liked to approach it not in layers, but in a what the fuck it was. It's as if you were putting
Environmental.
It will come to me.
Okay.
It was really weird. He explained it in like it was kind of like layers, but he said you have to implement fluidity to the layer, so it can't be like walls or like a cake.
Like a cake, yeah.
It has to be like adding different fluids.
It's like gradients of like doing an ombre in a painting.
I think the way he explained it was like, because I watched this a long time ago. It was like adding different, because that's what the picture that they put on, like, you know, when they put like overlay videos kind of thing. It was like fluids of different density layering on top of each other, but it was so seamless that it seemed there were different gradients of each other, but it was like soap and oil and water, but each density was slightly lesser than the other, so they could still merge, but they didn't. It was really weird, but it was like, fuck, that's the best example of that.
Yes, I totally agree. I think when you listen, there are certain different types of composition when it comes to making music for film, and I think the best way to explain it, I think the pinnacle composer world known is probably Hans Zimmer, and the way that he world builds through musicality. And I think in this particular case, given the fact that it's so musical forward, the approach of it is very is as theatric. You have the details of a pizzicato and a flute, which it allows you to burst in and out of this atmosphere, this ambience.
It pulsates like a bird singing, but it also pulsates as if it was the breath of
or a flutter of the heartbeat, or the interaction of both characters. It could be so self-descriptive only on the musical composition aspects of it, and then you go ahead and you add a beautifully gorgeous
vocal,
soft, high-pitched soprano vocal, and you're like, goodness, it is all the components really coming together in the most beautiful of ways.
It was Ajay Gogavale.
He's one of the composers.
No, singer.
And but he's one of the composers too.
And then the other was Chinmaye Spirada.
Right. Gorgeous vocals. You hear the... Great! Gosh! Oh my god! You go from something so subtle to a completely epic environment.
Dude,
that's madness!
You notice that? This is what I mean. Like, it's perfect visual and auditory stimulation through storytelling together. Well, they should be simultaneous anyways. Some movies get that wrong and some productions get that wrong, but whatever. But look at this. So there was a huge amplification of the percussion. Like, well, I don't know what they are. Maybe like leaves. They're like falling down, and that's when you introduce this effect of kind of like rain. You know, you could make this with a curtain. You could make this with a. We explained it in the Coke Studio video of my daddy, where it was this instrument. I don't know what you call it in English.
A rain stick.
It's a rain stick. I think that's what they call it in English. In Spanish, we call it palo de agua, which literally means rain stick. But they introduced it here a bit more magical, in the magical sense of it probably has a bit more post-production to make it more glittery rather than...
It also, more pingy rather than a earthy sound.
Yeah.
Also, I believe that the inclusion of the rhythm in the percussion brings such a human aspect to it, like a primal thing about the interaction itself.
Percussion ignites movement, so that, I guess that's what the story is trying to tell you through the music.
But you could have approached it perhaps in a more fluid rhythm rather than a chopped up again, like a pizzicato written in music, because if you wanted to ignite movement in the storyline, you can just maybe approach it with a march, not so much of a stop and start. You understand the fluidity where I'm coming from? So if you wanted to ignite movement in the story, the march would naturally give that notion.
No, it would give motion. So it would give forward motion if it was fluid. But
yes, exactly.
Yeah, but if it is, as you call it, stop and start, it would give it movement, in the sense it can be backwards or it can be
stagnant. Yeah.
Well, stagnant wouldn't be movement, but it would be, I guess, a dynamic of movement, as long as it always kept moving in some direction.
Fair enough.
Like dance. This is I think inciting emotion. So jolliness, sadness, happiness, epicness, soulfulness.
Something one of a kind, for sure.
Movement. So in any direction. I don't think it certainly isn't portraying fluidity forward.
No, it's not.
Because it's going backwards sometimes, it's going forward, it's stopping.
It gives you that type of sense of time disruption.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's where the storyline is aligning, but sound-wise.
I mean, wherever the storyline is going, that's kind of what it's inciting some people, like you.
Yeah.
Not
igniting,
to me, but exactly.
Yeah.
But it's certainly igniting you. See, that's a good example of what I mean by movement. She's stagnant, but she's moving.
That's right.
Right? It's playful. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, I love that bit.
Wow. Gosh, I love those slow-mo into normal speed situations.
Games. I used to go to those when I was a kid. It's like a temple because you have to go be barefoot.
Barefooted, yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. What the fuck?
I don't know what that means, but that was the most the most wholesome.
One of the nicest things.
Do it again, sir. I think it has to do with the smile.
Well, it's like one of the nicest things I think I've ever experienced. Someone said to me is a friend, a longtime friend, she said to me, "I will pray for you." Like that's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we're like, what?
You know, like regardless of whether we've gone different paths or whatever,
Yeah.
I just remember I will always have you. Like I will always pray for you, and it's not like something bad's happening in my life or nothing.
No, it's just something.
That's wild, dude.
I know. It's like
That I will always send upon you this divine power, and I will always have you in my thoughts as I wish for the best of people. That's fucking mental. That's to a certain extent just as powerful as I love you.
I totally agree.
Right?
I
Mental.
totally agree.
So I think that's kind of what it alludes to. It's like, maybe you're a saint to me, or you're like,
I don't
I
know
pray
what
for
he
you.
means, but it was such a wholesome.
Wonder what that
thing.
means. If anyone kind of can let us know.
Just look at it. Just look at it. I don't know. It's like I give you my blessing, or I don't know, or he left the flowers for. Ah, and he left them at her feet.
That's crazy, dude.
This is beautiful imagery.
Nice.
Is this what people do?
Again, that pizzicato.
Oh, there's a choir too.
I don't think there's a horse, bro.
That's a donkey.
Yeah.
All right, that is.
Put that again.
Let's just address the beautiful vocal layering, adhering to the orchestral arrangement.
Put it again.
Oh, look at the flutes. There's some mystical playfulness to it. What a transition! Gosh!
She's gonna crash, dog.
I love how his friends look like fools.
That's the cool guy.
Yeah.
Oh, tough.
Not anymore, buddy. It's a very interesting chord progression. It's crazy good.
Somewhat Dorian, I think. They're playing their own dance.
They're just doing their own thing.
Is that like school, maybe?
I don't know,
It's
maybe.
like PE lesson.
Could be, you know.
Toma!
Come on,
What?
friend, do your thing.
I love the percussion section of the song.
Beautiful. Gosh, the inclusion of the orchestra makes it so epic. Oh, I love that. It's a swell in the music as well as the swell of the emotions,
Dude, what-
like the growth in the relationship itself.
Where was Ajay Atul for some of these last year's like best movies? Like I would have loved, or series, I would have loved them to be the composer of The
composers?
Witcher season 2. I would
I
have loved
totally
them
agree.
to be the composer of what are we just watching? Like Daredevil season 3. Like,
Gosh, could you
I would-
imagine the epicness
Exactly.
that you could have brought
That's
to
that's
the
sometimes
table?
with those type of like this, you know, because obviously we're in that hero era at the moment, where
Yes,
the most
yes.
popular movies in the cinema are heroes.
Yes.
Most specifically Marvel.
Uh-huh.
But you need him. Like imagine in a Doctor Strange, the latest movie that's gonna come
Oh
out.
gosh, the
You
swells
need this type
and the
of shit.
epicness. Could you imagine the inclusion of these percussive elements into a superhero movie like that? It would break. It would break the relationship between the audience and the real feeling of the movie itself, it would, it would ignite so much emotion.
Well, one of the reason why I still give last year, even though No Way Home was certainly one of the best movies out of Marvel that they've ever created, I gave movie of the year probably to Dune.
Yes.
And it wasn't just because it was, historically it's such an important movie to science fiction. Hello, mother. Welcome back home. But it was because it didn't neglect any aspect of cinematography. World building was certainly great, but music and music production and the score of fucking Dune, it's mental.
It was. And that's what...
This reminds me of that.
Because this is one of those pieces that I will remember I will recall throughout the week. Like, it will come back to me. Like, and that's how much investment and emotional sacrifice is creating from my side.
Let's finish it off because I want to check out the lyrics.
This is absolutely insanity.
Oh, they're throwing the rice.
Rice, yeah. It's a wedding.
Oh, what party, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's like school. Like uni or something.
No, I think they're in school.
I think it's college because they look a bit old.
I think they're teenagers.
But she drives.
Doesn't matter. It's a moped. It's not an actual car. Oh, I love that. You see, it's just a sprinkle of magic. I actually wonder what the story is like.
Wonderful. So here they do introduce, it seems, in the South Indian, I guess, movie industry.
Movie industry.
Perhaps they introduce it 2016. That's when that movie was going to come out.
Right.
Or I don't know if this is the trailer for it, or if it's one of those pieces like we see in Bollywood, where it's more in the sense of they bring the song into the movie.
Yeah.
In a scene, and they implemented it kind of in a more musical manner.
Well, it was addressed here as a musical approach, like not as a cinematic composition.
Right, so they do introduce it in a more traditional sense, how any other movie would. But certainly, I don't think many movies have a score of that magnitude.
No,
or
definitely
that expertise.
not. Definitely not in a manner where you would see perhaps an orchestra arrangement as well as a cinematic sound world building to it all.
Maybe go up.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the beginning. I think that's the beginning. Okay, so it goes. The sky echoes soothing tones. Something beautiful has happened today.
Aww.
It's tiptoed into this heart.
Right, igniting the pizzicato, and right from the intro is the little twinkling starts and stops in the heartbeat of the song, which is the percussiveness of it. Nice.
The first flush of love has had a sudden start. Nice. Playing again to the musical score. What was hidden on the inside has burst out in the open, and I have your hand in mine. And the heart's gone wild. And the heart's gone into a wild frenzy.
That's
and
beautiful
the heart's
wording.
gone wild into a wild frenzy, and the heart's gone into a wild frenzy. It's all changed. These are the winds of love. A bewildered, bemused young love.
See, so I think they're teenagers.
I think they're in college. The heart.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the heart speaks through the lips, and I have your hand in mine. The heart's gone into a wild frenzy. I could be wrong, by the way. They could be teenagers. Who the fuck knows? It's just, I think they alluded to it that
Efra, people
like
start
working.
driving at 16.
No, but they're like working. They're a bit older, a bit more mature than if you were just in school.
They were working?
Yeah, he's helping his mother in work when she's selling the stuff. She has her moped and she's trying to Maybe they're in that stage of like 17, 21.
Fair enough. Yes.
You know,
yes.
I guess you would be in college then. Well, university, would you?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're totally out of high school. And at 16, 17, you're out of high school at that age.
Well, here. Back home, you're out of high school at 18.
Yeah, exactly. So, true. Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah.
Let us know.
But yeah, definitely between that window.
Young love. The innocent smile, the beautiful rays of the sun, and the adolescent heart has filled with love. Oh, so they're still teenagers.
Told ya.
Yeah, but they could still be in college and be teenagers at 19.
No.
It's true.
Thank you, Father. Let's go. Hit the button that says "Slap my ass, call me Judy," which is also the like button. Your song echoes through my mind, through mind and heart, and my whole being is adorned with your beautiful tunes.
I love that. That's gorgeous.
The sun, the wind, the moon, and the stars are adorned too, and my life is now full of color. Oh, my love, sufferings of life are now a past. Just one look is sweet poison of love. The poison of love.
Sweet poison. It's important. The sweet
Guess it could ruin you.
adjective to it.
It could ruin you if it's not.
It is.
Thank you, mate. So it's yours. It's thundered up in the skies and poured down with a... I can't find mine.
Can we finish?
It thundered up in the skies and poured down with a sweet beat. The heart's gone into a wild frenzy.
See,
Father.
there's there's such an important aspect of the song, the rhythmicality, the huge
Emphasis on the beat.
on the rhythmical sense of the song itself, because it really represents, even in the it's really well worded in the poetry of the song itself.
Good
but
translation, may I say?
it's a
Whoever did that.
fantastic translated poetry, but it's the earthy reminder that we are flitting on this earth. We come and go, and we are never predictable. Our paths are never predictable. And I love that you could feel that unsteadiness and uneasiness and unpredictability through the rhythmicality in the composition itself.
She just comes with youth, right? It's the beginning of life.
That's right. It's fluttering. It's young,
changing,
and ever eager. It's eager, and it's
not guaranteed.
that's right. Is not set in stone.
That's a good interpretation.
Yeah. It's really nice.
The unthinkable has happened. It all seems like a dream and feels like I am knotted with you for life. This is probably alluding to that scene where they're seeing their marriage. The togetherness of 7 lives has been confirmed by the hearts. I wonder if that's a reference to some religious belief that
I would think
the
so.
togetherness of 7 lives has been confirmed by the heart. I've never heard that in my life.
I think
Have worshipped you like my God.
that's right. I think it has to do. I read in one of the comments that in Hindi belief, like in Hinduism, the reincarnation is a big part of their belief. So they would
Reincarnate 7 lives?
Yeah, so they would say to each other, say past somebody was about to pass away, they would tell them to come back in another life and find them.
I shall find you in another life.
That's right.
If not this, another. All right.
That's
I've
right.
heard that somewhere. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The seed of love has been sowed deep within the heart. Apologies. The seed of love has been sowed deep within, and the heart is drenched in love. The siftling.
The sifting.
The stifling.
What the?
The stifling.
I can't read either.
I don't know what that word means.
The stifling is like it's suffocating. It's stopping. The stifling. I told you.
The
exactly
stifling
the
of
meaning.
dreams is in the distant past.
I'll tell you exactly the meaning of it.
So the dying of dreams. Hello, mother. The dying of dreams.
Stifling.
Well, you keep looking.
Stifling. Meaning.
Love my mum.
So it is a very hot and causing difficulties of breathing or suffocating. Makes it hard to continue.
So maybe
Poses an obstacle.
Dreams not coming to flourish. That has passed us. We're young. We're eager. We're powerful. We're passionate. We think we can change the world. Okay. The stifling of dreams, is in the distant past. The world has lost in the face of love. A flash of lightning struck, and the great big skies have burst open with joy.
That is a beautiful song, and then you hear the swells.
Poetry.
It is. It's so rich in poetry,
Good.
but
Good
it's
to
a
see it has been
beautiful
lost.
translation. It's a really well done translation. But you have the swells in the music, and those are in the orchestra arrangements, in the song, in the composition itself. Those are the moments that to me stood out the most, because it's the inclusion of culture as well as this ideology of the skies bursting wide open, and it sounded like it.
Okay, I'll address it now.
Felt like it.
You tell me in what other part of the world in 2016 was poetry of this level receiving 112 million views?
Oh,
What? Mom, maybe I'm asking
I
you.
don't think so. I don't know what.
Nothing in the last 15 years that has reached 100 million views or plus has had poetry of this extent.
And composition,
Lyrically.
musically speaking, about this
Nothing,
magnitude?
not even remotely fucking close. At least not in the West, obviously,
Gosh,
as we
that's
can
for
tell.
sure.
Isn't that crazy?
That is madness.
That's
That's
what
pretty
that's what I
wild.
think.
That means that deep inside of us, we are all romantic people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, mother.
I guess
Hopeless romantic.
it also proves the point that I'm learning through the podcast, that if you are a fan of music, you also have kind of like you owe it to yourself to experience other industries, because you will be surprised how ahead some are. Mm-hmm. You know, it's meant
and that
to.
you were never exposed to before.
Traditionally,
which is which is one of the wonders of the work that you guys are doing with us here. Helping us discover so much of the things that we would have never been exposed to otherwise, and it's fantastic. I mean, what a great set of
Great song.
composers.
Let us know more about them, please. The
Yes.
fact that they're siblings as well makes it a bit more relatable. Let us know more about them, and perhaps what else we check out next, guys.
That's right. Thank you all.